Okay, I'm getting ready to just work on the wiring. The high grade that I have is slightly too thick. This is what I usually do, is just line the gearbox with a spare that I have to see how tight it's going to be. And this is extremely tight. I mean, it's 0.75 millimeters too thick. It may seem like, you know, that's not a lot, but when you compare between the wiring you previously had and what I have, it's a little slightly too thick. So because of that, the motor cannot come through here without clipping into the wire, and I'd have to do some Dremel work, which I don't feel like, you know, that's very, I don't feel like that's good. So I ordered other wiring that's going to be, the outer diameter is going to be less thick, but you can see I just lined the gearbox, see how it's going to fold in here, and it's just not worth it on this one. So I'm going to do some, just wire it for the hell of it while I'm waiting for that stuff. I did order, you know, a few days in advance, just in case I knew this problem might come up, that this is slightly too thick. And then this is hookup wire from just Radio Shack. I've got this that I'm going to use just to line your gearbox, test your trigger response with that, and then once I get the new high grade, I'm just going to rewire it back in here. So I kind of wanted to talk about your previous wiring. We know they had clipping right in this area, pretty bad, pretty serious, but also the you get high resistance when there's not very good of a connection, and that's usually with these. Even though this is for the trigger itself, these gate wires, these don't apply a lot of press, and so what happens is, like, you hook them in here and you get high resistance through them. I'm pretty sure that doesn't matter too much, but still, same thing goes with concerning that I'd rather use Deans. So I'd rather use a micro Deans or a mini Deans for this than instead these little connectors, simply because, you know, they just don't apply the necessary pressure all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and start to wire just with this Deans here, because this will use this. I think I will just undo these, and for the time being just use regular Deans. And then yeah, I'm going to check your trigger response. I'm going to do hookup wire from the, it's going to be 24 AWG through through here, come through the top of the gun area instead of inside the gearbox and out. And that doesn't matter as much because the MOSFET doesn't need, it's sending such a small current to the trigger, the trigger trolley here. You're not getting much of any benefit on gauge thickness. So hookup wire is totally fine for that. However, you know, supplying to the motor, that's a total different, whatever you want to call that, situation. No, not really a situation, but yeah. So I'm gonna take this out, and what I do is I wire it in through here, come up to about right here, fold, kind of loop it right here, come back in this way. Now what that does is it allows it to fold underneath properly, because you can't just fold here and then come straight this way. This threading piece right here, almost every single gearbox gets to be in your way, and you'd have to chop it down, and I don't feel like that's a good idea either when you have to screw it in there with the threading for the pistol grip. So that's how I wire it, as I go down in here and then loop back right here and come back through. I think that's what I'm going to do right now. Oh, I came up with a plan in my mind. I don't have to tighten these, I forgot, so I'm just going to add solder to them and put them on the motor just to check the trigger response, you know. So that will be that. Everything's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to start right now. Alright, so you said you're getting a slow trigger response. I'm going to show you that, let me turn the camera around here so I can see what I'm doing, that you shouldn't be getting a slow trigger response. So here is the gate. You can see that I made sure a lot of, let's get over here in the light. I don't know why there's no light all of a sudden. I made sure that there's no way your trigger your contacts can get exposed. So there's a lot of electrical liquid tape there. And you can see it just covers the whole thing, so there's no way that that's gonna have to worry about reopening it to, you know, redo that. So but here we go. I'm going to install the trigger. Put it in position. Getting that's in position. Go ahead and close it up. Just to demonstrate to you that it closes no problem. Alright. Now you want to see if your trigger response is slow, so if you say it is, let's check and see. Voltage you have is 12.07, so you don't have a low voltage. That's pretty close to still 90%, I'm guessing. So let's go ahead and hook this up. I'm going to hook this up to my charger and check your cells individually too. So, but here we go, I guess. Alright, so here's the connection for now. This is just for testing purposes. Having difficulty connecting these because I'm not paying attention. And then your battery. And before I do that, make sure that the connections cannot short. Okay, that's really odd. Maybe it's just me and I don't know this MOSFET, but it seems like the motor is... The motor doesn't have active braking on right now. Well, I mean the MOSFET doesn't. It does, it's not very fast active braking. The MRF is like this. It's quick. Quick.
But you can see as soon as I touch the trigger, it goes. I'm gonna have to look at the instructions. Maybe you'll just tell me if you remember the active braking is on. I've got to go to work pretty soon, so I just wanted to test it out and make sure that that's working. Again, it's not at the slightest touch like that. It's about right. It's about right here. So, yeah, just get back to me on that and tell me. I don't think that's active braking on there. It's just a really slow downward spin. But so far, it doesn't look like you have a bad trigger response at all. Again, as soon as I push it, sorry, I had safety. And this is not even, this is just regular hookup wire, so let's go ahead and disconnect. And there you go for now.